Has someone you love started showing small but troubling changes in the past year? Many people assume that death in the old days happened suddenly, but the truth is that the body usually sends quiet news for months, sometimes even a year, before life comes to an end. The problem is that most people miss these signs because they seem tiny at first. It's only later, looking back, that families realize the signs were there all along. But by then, it's too late to prepare. Too late to make those last memories count. In this video, we'll talk about 5 key signs that usually appear a year before an old person passes away. Some of them may be things you've noticed but brushed off as just acting up. Others may be changes that seem small but actually show the gradual decline of the body. Recognizing these signs early on gives you the opportunity to take better care of yourself, cherish meaningful moments, and most importantly, ensure that your loved one's end of life is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until E, because these 5 signs can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what's to come. When you understand what's happening, you won't be held back. You'll be able to make the most of your time with those you love. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Significant weight loss. One of the most blinding and most telltale signs that a person may be approaching their final year of life is unintelligible weight loss. At first, it may seem minor, a belt that suddenly needs tightening, clothes that seem dirtier, or a strong appetite that starts to wane. Many families dismiss this as just part of getting older. But the truth is, losing weight without trying is rarely a good sign. It usually means that the body is no longer absorbing nutrients properly. Muscle mass is wasting away and important systems are going into overdrive. Going naturally causes some muscle loss, but when it happens very quickly, it's a sign that something deeper is going on. The body may be struggling to digest food, or it may not be able to process protein as well, leading to muscle weakness. This loss of strength doesn't just make movement more difficult. It increases the risk of falls, embarrasses the immune system, and puts you more likely to get infections. Another reason for weight loss in the later years of life is a change in appetite. Many older people simply don't feel as hungry as they used to. Their appetites diminish, food no longer seems appealing, and they may start to skip food or eat very small portions. This isn't just a matter of preference, it's a natural change. The body, sensing that it's speeding up, no longer, signals the brain to seek out food as usual. The result? Less energy, less strength, and a slow decline in overall health. Medical conditions also play a role. Weight loss is a common symptom of chronic diseases such as cancer, heart failure, or cancer, diseases that can develop long before more obvious symptoms appear. Even conditions such as depression or memory loss can cause you to eat less, causing a slow spiral in which the body isn't getting enough fuel to sustain itself. Some families try to solve the problem by encouraging their loved one to eat more, offering favorite foods or adding protein drinks to meals. But if the weight continues to drop despite these efforts, it's important to understand that the problem isn't just the diet. It's the body preparing for a major transition. At this point, forcing large foods can't help. Instead, focusing on comfort, easy-to-eat foods and hydration can make a bigger difference in maintaining quality of life. If you notice significant weight loss in an older loved one, especially if they're eating less, feeling weaker or struggling to stay active, it's time to pay attention. This isn't just about physical appearance. It's about the body sending a message. Understanding that message now can help you prepare for the road ahead with clarity, friendliness, and the ability to make every remaining moment count. Number 2. Extreme fatigue and weakness. One of the biggest changes in the year, until the end of life, is the deep, lasting tiredness that doesn't go away with rest. This isn't just feeling a little sleepy after a long day. It's a nagging exhaustion that makes even simple tasks feel impossible. Getting out of bed becomes difficult. Walking across the room takes effort. And everyday activities like cooking, getting dressed, or even having a conversation start to feel really hard. This isn't just normal agency. It's a sign that the body is saving its remaining energy. As the organs start to slow down, the body starts to prioritize what's most essential. The heart doesn't push as hard, the circulation slows down, and the muscles don't get as much oxygen as they used to. This is why many older people in their final months feel weak, shaky, and unable to maintain their usual routines. Another important factor is a slowdown in metabolism. The body is built to produce and use energy, but as it prepares for its final phase, this energy is redirected. Instead of fueling movement, the body switches to preservation. This is why someone in decline may start to sleep more, needing longer daylight hours and finding it harder to stay awake for long periods. Some may even experience energy slowdowns. Find one moment, completely slow down the next. But perhaps the hardest part of this process is the emotional toll. Many older people who once took pride in their independence begin to feel frustrated or even embarrassed that they can't do what they used to do. They may withdraw from conversations, avoid social events, or stop pursuing hobbies, not because they don't care, but because they simply don't have the energy. This can lead to a cycle of isolation, where they've stopped trying, which only accelerates their decline. For families, watching a loved one go from active and engaged to tired and neglected can be overwhelming. It's easy to assume they're just going crazy or that they need to push through it. But the truth is that forcing activity doesn't help. What's more important is understanding their limits, letting them rest when they need it, and making their remaining days as comfortable as possible. If you notice a loved one feeling a deep, ongoing fatigue that won't go away with rest, take it as a sign that their body is going through a major change. This is the time to enjoy the conversations, create moments of peace, and support them without expecting too much. Because in the end, what matters most is not how much they can do, it's that they feel loved, understood, and at peace. If you're still watching this video and are finding this information helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue to create quality content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on. Number 3. Increased confusion or withdrawal. As a person nears the end of their life, one of the most noticeable changes is in how they think, speak, and interact with others. You may see that someone who was once dark and engaged now forgets things more often, struggles to follow conversations, or seems lost in familiar places. They may repeat themselves, forget names, or lose track of time, even if they have never had memory problems before. These small mental changes can begin months or even a year before death. This is not just normal forgetfulness. The brain, like any other organ, needs a supply of oxygen and nutrients to function properly. But as blood flow slows and oxygen levels drop, brain function begins to slip. The person may become easily confused, struggle to make decisions, or have trouble recognizing people and places they have known for years. In some cases, they may have moments of clarity, followed by episodes of confusion, almost as if their mind is drifting in and out. Another common sign is emotional shutdown. Someone nearing the end of life often loses interest in socializing. You may notice them talking less, engaging less, or spending long periods just sitting in silence. It's not that they don't care about their loved ones, it's just that their brains no longer process emotions and interactions in the same way. Conversations become tiresome, random environments feel uncomfortable, and many seniors eventually retreat into their own world. You may also notice changes in mood and behavior. Some people become more irritable, anxious, or easily frustrated. Others seem unusually calm, detached, or uninterested in things they once cared about. This isn't just a personality change, it's the brain adding to the body's slowing down. As mental function slows, emotions become harder to express, and the person may stop reacting in the way they used to. For family members, this stage can be especially painful. Watching a loved one lose touch with reality or withdraw emotionally can feel like losing them before they're actually dead. But it's important to remember that this isn't something they can control. Instead of trying to draw them back into conversations, the best thing you can do is meet them where they are. Speak kindly, offer comfort, and understand that even if they don't always respond, they can still feel your presence. If a loved one becomes more forgetful, more confused, or less engaged, don't ignore it. These are often early signs that the body and mind are preparing for the final transition. This is the time to be patient, appreciate quiet moments, and focus on making your surroundings feel safe, familiar, and peaceful. Because even when words run dry, love and comfort can still be felt. Let's move on. Number 4. Frequent infections and slow healing. When the body starts to shut down, one of the clearest physical signs is a weaker immune system. You may notice that someone who rarely got sick before now gets sick with every mild, minor illness or infection that comes along. What was once a minor illness now takes much longer to recover from, and even minor wounds, like a cut or an infection, heal much more slowly than before. These changes are not random. They are signs that the body can no longer protect or repair itself the way it once did. One of the main concerns is repeated infections. Pneumonia, urinary tract infections, UTIs, skin infections, and even oral infections become more common as the immune system depletes. Many families think that these are just one-off illnesses, but when they happen frequently or take longer to heal, it is usually a sign that the body is losing its ability to fight back. Even antibiotics that used to work quickly may seem less effective. A person may need stronger medications, longer recovery times, or multiple rounds of treatment for infections that were once minor. This is because, as blood flow dries up and organs are depleted, the body simply doesn't respond to treatment as it once did. Another issue that has been overcome is chronic wounds. If you notice that small wounds, sores don't heal well or keep opening up, it could mean that your blood circulation is compromised. Poor circulation means that oxygen and nutrients aren't getting to your skin and tissues properly, making healing much slower than normal. Chronic wounds, especially for those who move less, become a serious risk and can lead to dangerous infections if not managed carefully. What's even more worrying is that infections in the last year of life often don't present themselves in the way we expect. Instead of a high fever, an elderly person may simply seem more tired than usual, more confused, or less interested in eating. In fact, for older adults, a head sweat is often the first warning sign of an infection. Even before that, other symptoms appear. Recognizing these changes early can make a big difference in how much comfort and care a person receives at the end of their life. For families, watching a loved one go through repeated infections can be frustrating and nerve-wracking. It's tempting to push yourself to strong treatments, hoping that another round of antibiotics or another hospital stay will solve the problem. But at a certain point, the focus often shifts from healing to comfort. Getting them hydrated, keeping their skin clean and moist, and reducing stress on the body may do more for their well-being than another round of medicine. This only adds to their suffering. If you're still watching this video and finding this information helpful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so and hitting the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue to create great content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on. Number 5. Major changes in breathing or circulation. One of the clearest signs that the body is reaching its end is a major change in breathing and circulation patterns. You may notice that your loved one is breathing more slowly or more deeply than before. Sometimes they may pause between breaths, or their breathing may become irregular, speeding up and then slowing down. Unexpectedly, some people experience a breathing pattern called Cheney-Stokes breathing, where deep, rapid breaths alternate with long pauses. These changes may start out subtle, but over time they become more noticeable and more obvious. Another common sign is poorer circulation. You may notice that your hands, feet, or even your nose and ears feel cold to the touch. Your skin may look shiny, blue, or have a wet appearance, especially around your fingers and toes. This happens because your body focuses on getting blood to your vital organs and reduces circulation to your arms and legs. It's a sure sign that your heart isn't pumping as hard as it used to. Some people also experience shallower breathing, even with small movements. Just sitting, talking, or changing positions can make them feel out of breath. You may notice them breathing through their mouth more heavily, or they may suddenly need to pause and pick up the respirator while talking. If they were once able to walk easily across the room but now struggle, their blood function may be weakening. In some cases, fluid buildup in the lungs can make breathing more difficult. This can cause a constant wheezing, rattling sound, or a tight feeling in the chest. Many people assume it's just congestion from a cold, but in older individuals who are nearing the end of their lives, it's a sign that their lungs are failing. Sitting on the floor can be uncomfortable, and they may prefer to sleep on the floor or in a recliner to breathe more easily. For family members, seeing these changes can be frightening. It's natural to want to help, encourage them to take deeper breaths, or worry that something serious is going on. But in many cases, this is just the body's way of slowing down. There isn't always a way to stop these changes, but there are ways to make them more comfortable. Keeping the room warm, using a heater, or offering small sips of water can help ease the discomfort. In some cases, medication or oxygen therapy can provide relief, but the primary goal shifts to comfort rather than trying to solve the problem. If you notice these signs, changes in breathing, cold hands and feet, or a blue tint that can give the skin a glowing glow, pay attention. These are often signs that the body is conserving energy and the circulation is speeding up. This is a time to be present, offer comfort, and create a peaceful environment where they feel safe and cared for. Final thoughts as we come to the end of. In this video, take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed. Significant weight loss, extreme fatigue, memory problems, frequent infections, and major changes in breathing and circulation. These 5 signs usually appear in the last year. As an old person passes away, they can't all happen at once, and they're not always easy to notice at first. But when you start to see them, it's a sign that the body is preparing for its final phase. For many families, these changes can be difficult to accept. It's natural to want to fight them, to encourage a loved one to eat more, move more, or push through exhaustion. But sometimes the best thing we can do is listen to what their body is telling us. Instead of trying to stop the inevitable, we can focus on making their remaining time as peaceful, comfortable, and meaningful as possible. Understanding these signs isn't about being afraid of death, it's about being prepared for it. When you recognize these changes early, you can provide better care, make important choices ahead of time, and ensure that your loved one's final months are filled with love and dignity. This is a time to cherish moments, share memories, and remind them that they are loved and not alone. If you are noticing these signs in someone close to you, take a deep breath and remember, you are not alone in this journey. Many families have been through this, and while it is never easy, knowing what to expect can help you find strength, patience, and peace. Thank you for joining us today. We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share something you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts matter to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us motivation and encouragement. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue to create valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.